What's up, guys? Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency, and in today's video I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you can start attracting more qualified leads. Whatever marketing system you're doing, whatever you're doing for marketing, whatever you're doing for sales, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that I think are going to help you get more qualified leads in your sales pipeline. So if you're right now, maybe you're getting a lot of leads, but you're struggling on getting qualified leads, or you're struggling on attracting the type of leads that you want. Maybe a lot of the leads that you're trying to attract simply can't afford your services. Maybe a lot of the leads that you're trying to attract aren't related to your services, and you're struggling to attract more qualified leads. So it's one thing to get leads, but to get the right leads is a whole other thing. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through these 3 important things that you can do today that are super practical so that you can start attracting more qualified leads. In 2023, the market for construction is going to be shifting a little bit. Last year, we had a lot of supply of construction labor, and there was a lot of demand. There wasn't a lot of supply and there was a lot of demand. And this year, there's not as much demand and there's a lot more supply. And so what that means is that marketing and sales in 2023 is going to be extremely important for your construction business so that you can continue to grow. Because in 2023, simply just getting business based off of referrals and just natural business is going to become a little bit more difficult. So today I'm going to walk you through these 3 things that you can do so that you can start qualifying your leads. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about number 1. So number 1 is the source of your leads, right? Where are you actually getting these leads from? What is the source of the leads that you are using to bring people into your business, right? Some examples of sources of leads could be like Facebook groups, Yelp, using Facebook ads, maybe Google, maybe a flyer that you put out. These are all different media sources to attract people to your business, right? And what you have to understand is that not all sources are created equal, right? And so, for example, if let's say that you go to a dinner in an association for construction, the people who are going to be in there have literally paid to go there, right? Let's say, and they've dressed up. There's a greater barrier to entry of joining that dinner from that association. And so the people, the type of attendees at that association are going to be a very different source of potential leads for you than, let's say, maybe if you make a Facebook post in like a group that's full of mothers or something like that, And so that's going to be a very different clientele. So you have to understand the difference of the source that you're tapping into and be aware of this and how this is going to affect the type of leads that you're looking for, right? I mean, you wouldn't be advertising your services in a different city, right? And it's the same exact thing. You need to be very aware of the source that you're using to be able to get leads, right? And so, for example, like when we're doing online marketing, we'll use social media marketing and Google at the same time to market our clients, right? But they're a little bit of a different media source in the sense that on Google, people are literally searching for the services that you offer, right? Like they're looking for best basement contractor in my city. So that person is searching for the services that you offer. So they have a much higher intent in maybe getting that service done, right? Whereas on Facebook, let's say that you advertise your services on Facebook. Well, those people didn't necessarily ask or search for what it is that you're offering, but you're just showing them your ad based off of their demographics, right? And so by naturally that situation, Google leads are going to be more qualified than Facebook leads because they actually made some kind of action to find your services, right? Whereas Facebook, they're just stumbling upon it. So naturally with Facebook, you're going to get more leads, but they might not necessarily be as qualified. Whereas on Google, you're going to get more qualified leads, but they might not necessarily be in as high numbers, right? And so understanding the different sources of where you're getting your business from is going to mean the difference of how qualified they are, right? I'm sure we can all agree too that a referral is probably the easiest type of lead for you to close in your business, right? It requires very little sales effort. The person's already been primed, right? Like the person who referred them has already probably said nice things about you, so the trust has already been there. And so this source of leads is probably going to be very simple for you to close. Whereas if you're getting an internet lead, for example, that's going to require a higher level of sales ability and appointment setting training and skills because they don't know you, right? And so that's the first thing to keep in mind is that, you need to understand where your leads are coming from and the sources so that you can make better decisions from there and track those sources. That's why in your contracting business, every time that you get a random phone call from just a lead, you should ask them, hey, where did you find us, right? Did you find us on Google or did a friend tell you? Because you can start tracking this information in a CRM or tracking software. And then at the end of the year, you can see, wow, we mostly closed, most of our sales were from referrals, but our second highest lead source has been Facebook, and that's been very profitable for us. And we're spending all this money over here on, let's say, BNI or something like that. Well, that's not really a profitable lead source for us, so we should cut that advertising and focus on Facebook, right? So this is how you can make better decisions also in your marketing. So that's number one, is understanding the source of where it's coming from. It's going to help you qualify the leads more, and you're going to know where the right leads are coming from for your contracting business. The second one is the message. So what message are you actually communicating in your advertising or marketing materials that are attracting the right or the wrong types of leads, right? So here's an example for you. Let's say that you're sick and tired of getting phone calls from people who are what I like to call price shoppers, where they're simply just looking for a quick quote or a good deal, right? And they're not necessarily really interested in getting the job done right, exactly. They don't really value the craftsmanship and the work that you put into doing a good job and making people happy. And you're wondering to yourself, well, why am I keep attracting these price shoppers? Why do all the people who call me, they're always asking about the price and stuff? Where are the better quality leads? And why am I struggling so much? Well, this might be an issue to do with your messaging. Because, for example, let's say that in all of your marketing messaging, if you're posting in Facebook groups or you're doing some Facebook ads, et cetera, and in all of your messaging, you're always saying something like, we offer the best rates, or hey, we offer a good service at an affordable rate, or you're saying like, hey, are you looking for an affordable flooring contractor? And you're using that terminology like affordable. Or let's say that you're saying something like, yeah, for this month, we're offering 15% off for everyone who books before this date. Well, then you're naturally going to attract someone who is a price shopper or looking for a deal, right? Because what you're doing is you're signaling a flag to them. Their mind is searching for, okay, who would be like a good contractor to get this done at a good price? And as soon as you say that in your message that, hey, we offer affordable services or whatever, then you instantly trigger that person and then they go into your funnel, right? And so if you're frustrated because you keep attracting these types of people, then maybe it's because the message that you're putting into your marketing material is not congruent with the type of qualified lead that you want to attract, right? And so for example, let's say that you wanted to attract a more sophisticated type buyer, someone who is looking to spend a little bit more and doesn't mind doing that, but they want to get the job absolutely done right. Well, then in your marketing message, you could literally say something along those lines to say like, hey, we're not the cheapest, but we actually get the work done. And the reason that we get the work done is because we have a team of XYZ people who have this amount of experience, and we actually stand behind our work. That's why we have a lifetime warranty on everything that we install. So you can contact us here. So that type of ad is going to attract a very different type of prospect into your business, because they're going to read the fact, okay, like he said, he's not the cheapest, but he has this lifetime warranty, stands behind his work. I'm interested in giving him a call because I don't want just the cheapest possible guy. I'm willing to spend a little bit more to get it done right. And so this is how you can start transforming your marketing so that you can start attracting better quality leads into your business. Let's say that, for example, you want to start attracting a certain type of job into your business, right? So let's say that you want to start attracting floor refinishing jobs into your business, even though you offer a whole range of flooring services. Well, then maybe in your marketing message, you'll mention floor refinishing. Hey, we are this city's top floor refinishing contractor. We're rated 5 stars, blah, blah, blah. And you start using specific languaging and talk about the niche. Well, then you're naturally going to attract more of those types of jobs, right? As opposed to just saying, hey, we're a flooring contractor and we offer refinishing, tile, carpet, laminate. When you start making it super broad like that, then you're not going to attract someone specific for the types of jobs you're looking for. And so number 3 is an interesting one. And number 3 is your acquisition model or your funnel. What I mean by this is, like, once you've put out that message and you have a good source of where you're getting the leads from, what also is going to impact the quality or how qualified your leads are is how you actually acquire them, like in the first, like how they actually contact you, right? So for example, let's say that the call to action that you have in your ad is something like, hey, give us a call at blah, blah, blah for your free quote. That's a much lower barrier of entry than if you were to say something like, hey, submit your quote here, and then it brings them to a form where they have to fill out a little bit more details and maybe send a picture of their kitchen or something that they're looking to get remodeled, right? And so that is going to affect the quality of that lead, because it's very simple for someone to just pick up the phone and give a call. That could be a very impulsive thing, right? That's going to encourage like a level of like there's not much commitment there in that level of we call it a micro commitment, right? Where they pick up the phone and call. So the person who goes through the trouble to actually submit the form, they've invested more time than the person who just picked up the phone. And so naturally, the fact that they've just invested more time means that they're going to be more likely to probably be committed to working with you, and they're actually going to be willing to pay a little bit more. And hopefully if you've done 1 and 2 right, then they're going to actually be the right type of client for you. So the type of acquisition that you put someone through, think of it like hoops that they have to jump through, right? If you make someone jump through a bunch of hoops to actually work with you, then that person's obviously going to be much, much more qualified, right? So even just like in your call to action, if you were to say something like, hey, send us an email instead of call, well, that person has to literally take your email and put it into an email browser and like send it. So that's going to be a deterrent for people, right? And this is where a lot of contractors might overdo it as well, is that they will, we have a client right now where he has like he has a lot of hoops that he's putting people through on his website to contact him for a free quote. So they have to like fill out some information, and they have to, it's like a fairly long form of stuff that they have to fill out, but he's struggling to get leads. And so in that case, I would lower the barrier for people to contact you, because obviously you want to open up the ability for people to contact you, but that is going to attract less qualified leads, right? Whereas the more barriers that you put up for people to contact you, they're going to be a lot more qualified, right? So for example, if I told you that the only way to actually contact me would be to send me a fax instead of message me on Facebook or give me a call or whatever, then the people who do send me a fax are probably going to be pretty invested into working with our business, because they went through the whole trouble of doing all that stuff, right? And so it's the same exact thing here, is you need to understand what actual barriers are we creating to acquire new leads into our business, and do we actually need to create more barriers so that we can increase the qualification process, or do we have to create less barriers to open up the floodgates, so to speak, and we're willing to speak with people who are a little bit less qualified? So I hope you found this video helpful, where I broke down these 3 ways that you can get more qualified leads into your business. If you found this video enjoyable, give it a thumbs up, maybe comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you have some ideas that you wanted to share or anything like that, I would love if you could comment below. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you watching. I'll be back with the next one, but hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk real soon. Bye.